guys. Get the show on the road here. Ryan Biddle, vlogging from paradise. Turn that light off in the background. Hold on a sec. Make sure to get the lighting situation tight. Hold on. Alright. I don't know where that light is turned on because we're stepping into our new spot. Yeah. Well, it's right in the middle, so I'll figure it out actually. Totally duped. Find it eventually. Whatever, guys. We'll get there eventually. For my forgiveness lesson, right? Just the light over the dining room table. Do you know where to turn it off?
How to turn it off?
Yeah.
There's a thing underneath where it's like a dimmer thing.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, that works. I figured it was there because I didn't see anything else. At the bottom, you said?
Underneath the thing where the plug is. Whatever that chest or whatever.
Where the plug is. Whatever. I'll just go ahead.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, if you could. That would be good because I like this little spot here. Free forming it, man. All right, that's a little better. Now we have better lighting. Oh, you meant the outlets. Interesting. Thank you. See, that was in my mind. And that really works beautifully with the topic of this video, guys. And it's how often do you travel into your own mind? I think most of us, really, the world conditions us, the ego conditions us to look to the outside world of form for solutions to everything. Freedom, happiness, joy, love, proper lighting, cleaner video. And that really is a wonderful little microcosm. So I patiently waited for a few moments for the solution to reveal itself because I could see as that situation was unfolding, quote unquote, that experience, I could see my mind. It's going to be dark, the video. It's going to be too light. Those lights are going to be distracting. The lighting's not good in here. So I heard all of that chatter in my mind because I held the intent to travel into my mind and not to look into, not to travel deeper into the world, deeper into lighting, deeper into presentation, reputation, just all that worldly stuff that ultimately is an illusion. So it doesn't matter. Yikes. You may say that in the moment, and then in the next minute, you'll say, I can feel secure and happy. And you're doing this in your mind, guys. It's not happening out there. It's happening in your mind. And this is one of the reasons why you want to travel, or the reason why you want to travel into your mind regularly. I can feel happy, free, and at peace now because I have money. I could feel happy, comforted, taken care of, and supported now because I have bodies around me. I have what the world calls a family or friends. I could feel safe and healthy and secure because there are walls around my body. House, apartment. The more you travel into your mind, you will see these beliefs in your mind, which to the ego and the world appear to make perfect sense. But you'll see that they're all not the most sound of belief systems, because everything in the world is change and time, chaos, entropy. So you feel really good about having money at a certain amount, and then the number dwindles. So then you feel bad in your mind. When you travel into your mind regularly, it could be meditating, simple observation, you'll begin to become intimately aware of that feeling. And you'll say, hey, bro. Oh, shoot. You might say, hey, bro, too. Wow. I'm putting my faith in the world, which is always changing. So that doesn't make any sense. It's not sound. It's not logical. It's insane. It's not sane. You say it's insane too. How about an alternative? Traveling into your mind to face, feel, and express the fears, to forgive them, to let them go, that are fueling your guilt, your grief, your attachment to all these forms, your attachment to the world, your attachment to the images. And doing this patiently, training your mind patiently by traveling into your mind early and often, to let go the fears. So no matter what's going on in the world, in this illusion, you'll have peace of mind. You have a lot of money, you have a little money, you'll have peace of mind. You have a lot of bodies around you, you don't have a lot of bodies around you, you'll have peace of mind. This person's in office, this person's not in office, you'll have peace of mind. This person cursed you out, this person criticized you, this person appeared to reject you, this person appeared to hurt you, you'll have peace of mind. It only happens, guys, when you persistently travel into your mind. And the reason why I asked this question for this video was to, good evening, my friend, pose the query to yourself. How often do I do it? Or do I find myself existing almost solely in the outside world, where I'm not meditating, I'm not observing my mind in quiet observation, I'm not asking, why am I running around like a chicken with my head cut off? Like, I'm looking out here, we're on the East Coast of the United States in Baltimore, small city, stateside, US standards. Yet it's a city. So you see cars whizzing up and down the highway, even though this is a quiet neighborhood. We're across from a highway separated by a stream, and it's very quiet here, but you see the highway and people are whizzing by, and then some people are really flying by fast. So they're speeding because they have fear in their mind. They're afraid that they're going to miss something, lose a job, lose money, lose free time. Unless you dig deep into your mind and you travel within and begin to observe these fears in your mind, you will sprint around wildly without even being aware of it. Or if you're aware of it, you think the reason is the world out there. Well, if I don't get to work on time, I'll be docked pay, then I won't have money. I fear. Let's start adding I fear. I fear if I don't get to work on time, I fear that I'll be docked pay, and I fear that if I don't have the money, I fear I won't be able to. And you'll see, I fear. Those are fears sitting in your conscious mind, and really as you travel within daily, morning meditation, morning and evening meditation, observation, mind training. One helpful book that you could check out is called A Course in Miracles. You could find it at acim.org. It's a book for mind training. The more you migrate into your mind, you will see clearly all of your problems are fear in your mind that you're projecting onto the world. And it's never them. And it's not so much you, it's not a blame. It's just there's ideas in your mind, there are fears in your mind, there's guilt, there's grief that you're not facing, that you're pushing out of awareness. You only begin to unearth this stuff by traveling into your mind, meditating. That's what I mean by this. Observing your thoughts in quiet, which is really similar. Sitting back and asking yourself, why do I feel so bad? Why am I doing something I don't want to do? Why am I working a job I don't want to work that feels depressing? When you sit in quiet and you don't distract yourself and run away from your mind, you'll begin to unearth a common reason. I've been there, guys. I've worked jobs. I know how this goes, that I wasn't really enamored to work. You'll start unearthing reasons like, well, I'm terrified to run out of money, go broke and die, starve, be homeless. I'm terrified to not have health benefits, to get sick and die, or to get sick and suffer. So it's I'm terrified, which means the fear is sitting in your mind, which means the more you travel in there and you face, feel, and release these fears, when you express them, you will stop predominantly making decisions from your own terror, and you'll start to say, what feels like it would be really fun here and there? I'm going to do that, and freeing. Because you know what, guys? The deeper you dig into your mind, you will see that there is this, Star Wars fans would call it the Force with a capital F. People may call it God. People may call it Christ. People may call it the Holy Spirit, or any name, because it's not a name. It's infinite love. It's care. It's this force that permeates every quote unquote thing. And that force will take care of you because it's pure love. The more you travel into your mind, you start realizing this, like really realizing it and living your life a bit more at a time, even if it seems so lofty or quite insane to you now because of the ego and its layers of insanity and fear in the world. You start to get like, oh yeah, the deeper I get into my mind, I am taken care of. And anytime I've been in rough spots, the care and the love has come. The money, the health-inducing ideas, or maybe symbolic practices like exercise and yoga, intuitively, the intuition, love, God, Holy Spirit. It's like, yeah, you believe in this idea in your mind, so move the body around. Do a little yoga. Eat light. And then you follow that and you're fine. But you have to keep traveling within. And as you do, guys, at times it will be a highly uncomfortable journey because you and I bury many fears, predominantly guilt, and grief's a big one too, into our unconscious mind and even in the conscious mind. So those have to go for you to begin making choices, not from fear and guilt and grief, but from love and lightness and peace and unity and oneness. How do they go? You express them. What are they ultimately? They're feelings. Can a feeling kill you? No, your spirit. It's another thing you begin to realize. You got to travel into your mind early and often, guys, because if you don't, you migrate deeper into the outside world, quote unquote. There's really no out there, but in an illusory level, you go deeper into the world and you look there for your happiness, for your peace and your freedom. And even though you may appear to experience these phenomenal feeling sensations in the world, making more money, booked a vacation, had a new kid, whatever, they're transitory, as they should be, because everything in the world is entropy. It's decay, it's change. And when you put your faith and your love and your hope and freedom in change, your faith turns to doubt, your hope turns to hopelessness, your freedom turns to bondage, subjugation. If you look to someone of a worldly authority figure, let's just say an authority figure, that idea in of itself, to save you, to free you, to help you, they will, and then they'll make decisions that don't. And you'll be upset. It's because you put your faith in the appearance, the illusion, the outside world, in the world, instead of training your mind, going within, forgiving these fears and seeing that your peace, your freedom, your hope, your dreams, your happiness sit solely in your state of mind and nowhere else. It sounds so simple, but it is an uncomfortable journey because it involves facing fear, primarily guilt, which feels horrible to feel, but it's still just an emotion. Then as you clear it out, you start getting to the center of your mind, which is the Christ mind, perfect love. You're making that journey, and there'll be these little glimpses of like, oh man, all this stuff that the enlightened beings talked about is true. Just these little glimpses, and you're like, wow. And you'll start offering different perspectives, and you'll be helpful, and you'll have fun helping people, empowering, uplifting, inspiring. Not that you're trying to do that, but it will happen. It'll unfold organically through your intuition, through spirit. And it only happens when you travel into your mind early and often. Meditating, observation, mind training. It happens when you lock the door, find a quiet room, and sit with yourself. No thing, no phone, no laptop. Maybe a book like A Course in Miracles, where it's pure mind training. Good old-fashioned mind training, as David Hoffmeister, the teacher of the Course, says often. And you'll start seeing, oh shoot, whatever I want is already in my mind, and I'll figure that out as I forgive and express these fears that are layered on over it. And those fears are egoic, which is an illusion, yet it seems really real. Yet, once again, when you for happiness and freedom in something in the world, in a job, you'll never find it there because jobs change. Happiness becomes unhappiness. Yet, as you train your mind and it becomes stronger, become more aware, and you let go of more of your fears, you face, feel, and release them, and you're thinking more from your true self, the Christ mind, love, service, fun, playfulness, then no matter what job you're working or your income or your family situation, all that worldly stuff, you'll be happy because you have it in your mind. So something happens in your family, you have happiness in your mind, so you're happy. Something happens with your business, you have happiness in your mind, you're happy. When I say something happens, things go up, things go down. It doesn't matter, it's all your mindset. Simple? Oh yeah. At times incredibly uncomfortable. They're two different qualities, guys. Simple is, this is true, boom, simple, we understand. Logically. Emotionally, it's a little more difficult to understand, or I shouldn't say difficult, but uncomfortable, because it involves traveling into your mind and facing fear. And as a perfect example, when we wake up in the morning, you're going to see fear in your mind. It's going to sprint to form. In most cases, it'll say, check my phone, check my email. Email's where my happiness is. Facebook's where my happiness is. My replies, who signed up, who bought this, who bought that. No. That's sprinting right back into the illusion. However, when you predominantly travel into your mind, so you wake up, you're meditating, doing some Kriya Yoga, reading the Course, it's not the strategy. These are just symbolic rituals, habits, if you will, that could help you travel into your mind to see what's really kicking around in there. When you start doing that, you'll have the happiness and serenity with you. You'll trust your intuition, gut, spirit, Holy Spirit, Jesus, whoever, quote unquote. And then whatever you're doing in the day, checking email, you'll be happy. You check your email, you're still happy. You'll check your Facebook, you're still happy. Somebody cuts you off when you're driving down the road, you're still happy, predominantly. And what happens is, too, guys, when you travel into your mind, often you'll be less likely to suppress, to push fears and rage and guilt and all this stuff and anger out of your awareness. So then when somebody drives up and cuts you off, you might flip them off in a fit of rage, and then you'll feel the embarrassment and the guilt. Not even the guilt. Feel guilty, embarrassment, and shame after. That was the stuff you've been burying. That is growth. That's expression. That's got to go. So the more you travel into your mind, I think it's very confusing for a lot of folks when they first do it, is all this stuff they've been burying starts to come up. And then the ego says, well, it was them. It wasn't me. It was out of character. No, no, no. No. No, it was in your mind. If you express it, it's in your mind. And it has to go. But it's confusing because you have folks that really haven't stepped into the journey, who meditate a few times and they may feel some peace. And then after 3 or 4 sessions, let's say they meditate for a week and they're like, oh, I feel this amazing peace. And yeah, that definitely can unfold for you too, but they haven't started to step even a wee bit into the shadows. You meditate for 6 months every day. It's not going to be a peaceful ride every day. And it's just because unless you're enlightened, you have deep fear and guilt in your conscious and unconscious mind. That's reality. If you didn't have it there, you'd be beyond this world and you'd be pure light and serenity. Now, maybe egoically, you've been pushing fear out of your awareness for a long time, and you think from the ego in the world that you're so peaceful, but you're just suppressing your deepest fears. And they will come up no matter how much you push them down. Mental illness, physical illness, chaotic situations. You could try to put this off. You could try to not travel into your mind and look for your happiness and money and the world and business and human relationships, special relationships. But you will pay the fear piper. It will catch up to you, guaranteed, unless you express it. Because as long as it's in your unconscious and conscious mind, it will find a vehicle in the world. But when you express it and you let it go, then you'll be more peaceful and chill and relaxed, and you'll be able to offer these different perspectives that uplift and inspire and help people feel good and have fun. I'm saying people, but minds ultimately. So guys, that felt fun. Another travel day for Kelly and I today as we're heading across the state, Maryland, for a few days. So how often do you travel into your mind? Every morning? Good idea. Morning and evening? Good idea. A little bit more? Not a bad idea. You could do it even more than that. And when you do this, you'll see how much of a problem the world is in putting your faith in it and not in God, not in your intuition, not in that small, still voice that just knows happiness and playfulness and peace of mind, mind training, all that good stuff, how it's just caused all of your problems. It will give you peace of mind and you'll have fun. And this is predominant. This is a process. This isn't, oh, I've been meditating for a month. No. I've been traveling into my mind morning and night. I've done 50 affirmations morning and night. Spirit doesn't respond to chance. It responds to your heart, responds to your feelings. And you got to get rid of the fear by feeling it, to hear, to listen to your heart and to hear it, and then to follow the instructions. Because there's different layers and levels the more you travel into your mind. The heart will say, sell everything and go travel the world. It'll say, carry a backpack and a carry-on like Ryan. I'm just saying, it may be this way for you to let go of your almost entirely physical possessions and to be free. It may do this. It'll say, hey, time to sell the home, leave your job, and get your backpack and your carry-on and start that online business and see the world. That's what your heart is saying. Go ahead, we got you. We'll take care of you. And as you dig deeper into your fears, you're going to see, even though that voice has been speaking to you and saying, go ahead, we got you. We'll care for you. We'll do the money bit. We'll do the business bit. We'll set it up. Don't worry. Keep facing your fears. You'll see the ego fear in your mind the more you travel, and it says, absolutely not. That life's for lucky people. That life's for gifted people. To all these fears, all these limiting beliefs. So this is a slow and steady journey. But if you're going to be around, it makes no sense to be unhappy, to put your faith in a world that will always disappoint you. And it makes more sense to have peace of mind, so then when you look on the world, you'll be seeing it through the prism of peace. So it won't disturb you. It'll disturb you less. Maybe it will disturb you a lot. And then you realize, oh, it's disturbing me because of the fear in my mind. It's reflecting back to you what's up in the projector screen. The projector, I should say. So guys, that's it. I'm going to roll almost a half hour in. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. Until next time, you know what to do. Of course, you could stop by my blog at bloggingparadise.com. More blogging tip stuff over there. Some inspirational stuff too, blogging ebooks, blogging courses. Until next time, you know what to do. Enjoy paradise, everybody.